So hello there and welcome to the tutorial. My name is Tanya Bakshi and this time we're going to be going over, well, a classic tutorial. I know it's been a long time, but lots of you guys have requested this. I haven't done one in a while. It's easier for me to make, it's easier for me to edit, so I decided I'd do one anyway. Again, for all of you that love my camera tutorials, there's still going to be lots of them left. It's just that I will also be doing a few of these classic tutorials because lots of you guys like them, and as I said, it's easier for me. Anyway, let's get started. And so today, someone called Ngo Ling, I'm very sorry for pronouncing that wrong. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but she requested me to actually create a video based off of SWIFT databases, which isn't really about databases, but it's about populating the table view, because lots of beginners have trouble with populating table views, so I decided that I'd make a tutorial on creating UITableViewCells and stuff like that. So let's get started, and I'm going to open up Xcode 7 Beta 5, and I'm going to open it up. And so, right as it opens up, we're going to create a new Xcode project, of course. More than enough RAM left. Okay, perfect. So let's just create a new Xcode project first. Then, let's create a new single view application, and let's just call this something like UITableViewCells. Again, source code for this will be down in the description. And so, what we can do is first of all, we're going to go to our storyboard. And we're going. And also, I'm assuming what you know what a table view is, and in case you don't, simply a table view could be defined as basically a table where you can list stuff. So first, I can list like Tanmay, then someone else, then someone else, then someone else, then someone else, and then someone else, and stuff like that. So as you can see now, we have Xcode opened. I'm going to make that full screen there, and also move my face out of the way, and make it a bit smaller. Yay. I always wanted a smaller face. Anyway, so now we just move the view over here, go to our attributes inspector, change it to iPhone 4.7 inch and or iPhone 6. iPhone 6. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to search up table view up in this little area, and I'm going to drag one right onto the view in the corner there and make it take the shape of the entire view itself. Then I'm going to right click the table view, and I'm going to connect the data source to our view controller and the delegate to our view controller. Then I'm going to go to a viewcontroller.swift file, and right as it loads up, I'm going to create a variable and an IB outlet. The IB outlet will be for the table view, and the variable will be for the contents that we're going to put inside of the table view. So let's just create the IB outlet here, and this is going to be called table view of type UITableView. And let's just create var foods I like is equal to something like chicken, I like rice, I like mangoes, I like carrots, I like bananas, and what else do I like? One more thing, apples. Of course, apples. Anyway, so now what we can do is first of all what we need to do first before we continue. Over here, our class declaration for UITableView. We don't, view controller. We don't just want to inherit from UI view controller. We also want to inherit from UITableView data source and also UITableView delegate. Once that's done, just go over here in the middle of your code and type in the word table. Then find the function that says over here, table view number for rows and section that returns an integer. Click enter and it'll type out all that code for you. Remove this little placeholder and also create a function for this one. Table view cell for row at index path. Enter. There. Now, basically, let me explain what these functions do. This number of rows and section function will just essentially tell the table view how many rows there are in this table. So in this case, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But since I don't want to hard code that, I can do return foodsilike.count. That's it. Anyway, so then what we do is we go to this function, and what this function will do is this will actually return a cell that has the information for the specific row that we want. So basically, in order to get the row that we're getting the info for, we just say var row is equal to indexPath.row. And so, actually I'll change this to a constant because we're never going to change it. Essentially this constant will keep which row we are currently editing. And so this function will be called multiple times, once for each row that there is in this that was returned by this table view function, which is foodsilike.count. So it will be ran 6 times. And on the first one, it will give us an index path .row of 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. And so what we can do is get the information out of the array and put it onto the cell and put the cell onto the table view. So let's get started by just creating a new cell, which is equal to a new UITableViewCell. And then let's set the cell's text labels text to foods I like specifically for this row. And then let's return this cell. If you couldn't tell what this is doing, is we're just creating a new cell for our UI table view. And then we're setting its text to the specific food for this row. And then we're just returning this cell to the UI table view for it to put onto it. Now if we run this app, we should be able to see it run. Again, sorry, let me just move my face. So the simulator takes a while to turn on, so I'm just going to be back in 1 minute and I will meet you then. Yeah, so as you can see, the UI table view has loaded whatever we wanted it to. It is showing the contents of the array, which are chicken, rice, mangoes, carrots, bananas, and apples. So that's pretty amazing. Anyway, so now let's just code, and let's just make it actually show an image of all these foods. So first thing we want to do is we want to edit our UI to be able to use those images. So first of all, we need to create a custom cell, and in order to do this, I'm going to search up table view here, and I'm going to drag on a new UI table view cell. After that, I'm going to increase its height, and then I'm going to take a label and drag it on around there, and take an image view and put it around right there, make it a bit smaller. Around this size should be perfect. And move it just about there. Perfect. And so now what we can do is we can go over here, right click on this folder here, and click on new file. Then double click on Cocoa Touch class, create the class called TableViewCell, or actually let's just call this food cell. Make it a subclass of UITableViewCell. Do not create a nib file, and so this will be disabled, and make sure the language is Swift, not Objective-C. Then click Next, click Create, and then I'm just going to move it up here so it looks cleaner. Anyway, and over here, what we can do is type in @IBOutlet var food label as a UI label, and IBOutlet var food image as a UI image view. Perfect. So basically, this food image will store our image, and this food label will store our food name. So now I can go back to our view controller. And so, in order to code this in, I'm going to first create a dictionary. Foods I like images. And so what this dictionary will contain is actually a link to an image for chicken, rice, mangoes, carrots, bananas, and apples. So let's get started first with chicken. Again, this doesn't have to be in order because this is a dictionary. Mangoes. I'm just going to give it a blank URL for now. Code the rest, then put in the links. Okay, perfect. So now we've put in all the dictionary entries, their URLs. Well, actually, they're blank right now, but we will put in their URLs. But let's just assume the URLs are in there. Now, how will we code the cell in order to be able to put in the image? Well, first of all, we don't want just any UITableView cell. We want specifically the one that we designed in our IB. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our main.storyboard file, and I'm going to click in this white space first, and then click on our cell. As you can see in the attributes inspector over here, we have to set our identifier to something like food cell. Once you're done, we can go back to our view controller, and instead of saying cell is equal to UITableViewCell, let's say cell is equal to TableView dot DQ reusable cell with identifier food cell. And then let's just force this as a downcast to food cell, which is the custom cell that we just created. Then what we want to do is come over here and say cell.foodlabel.text is equal to foods I like row. And so this will set our food labels text to the specific food I like. Then I'm going to say the food image dot image is equal to UI image for data, which is NS data of contents of URL, NS URL of a string, which is going to be foods I like images, foods I like row. Force this, and force this. There we are. Perfect. And so now, basically what this is doing is, one second, I need to calibrate my camera. Anyway, so basically what's happening is we're taking the specific food I like, getting its URL, converting it to data, then converting that data to a UI image, then putting that image into our image view. So now that works, we can just return the cell. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert links to images for each of these things. So let's do that by opening up Google Chrome, my web browser of choice. Doesn't have to be. I'm just going to QuickTime. Anyway. So now we can go to something like chicken, rice, carrots, what else do I like? Mangoes. Not mangoes. Bananas. Oh, no. Bananas and apple. No, not apples. There. So now let's get an image for chicken. Let's just get fried. Maybe something like this. While that loads, I can just go over here, get maybe something like that, like that, like that, like that, and this. Or actually, no, this. Or, no, this one. Yay. Okay. So let's get started. And so copy image URL and paste. Go over here. Copy image URL and paste. Copy image URL. Paste again. Or no. That's carrots. Actually, let's get one that, yeah, sure. This will work. Copy the image URL for the mango. Paste it. And bananas. And then finally apples. That was a long... My wrist hurts. My wrist actually really hurts right now. Anyway, so as you can see, these are all the links to the images which for the foods that I like. And just as a little precaution for you to take, if I were to run this on the simulator right now, first of all, I'm going to quit Google Chrome. As you can see, this will actually not work at all. But I'm just going to show you why it doesn't work. The reason it doesn't work, right as it loads, I will be able to tell you why it does not work. It does not work due to the fact that, yep. No, actually, this wasn't supposed to be the problem, but, oh yeah, there's actually two problems this time. There's one thing I forgot, one thing that Swift doesn't let you do. So let's just take a look at what I forgot, which is if you go to main.storyboard, you have to actually click on your cell, go to this little, what is this called, identity inspector, and set its custom class to food cell. Then, if you were to run, it still wouldn't work, as you can see. Or actually, it's probably not because of this. Yep, it's another thing that I forgot, apparently. But it's pretty easy to fix. All you need to do is right-click on your image view, take the referencing outlet, and drag it to your cell, and select food image. Then right-click on your label, drag from the referencing outlet to your cell, and then click on food label. Now it still won't work, but it's not because I forgot something for sure this time. Because as you can see, yep, this is not something I forgot. Basically, Swift 2 will block you from actually accessing HTTP. It has to be, I think, HTTPS. But in order to fix that, all you do is you go to Google and you type in NSApp Transport Security. Click on the first one from forums.developer.apple.com. Okay. I hate my Wi-Fi. It is the world's worst Wi-Fi anyone could possibly wish for. Okay, if this takes too long, I'm just going to give up and try to do it from a different one. Okay, let's try the Stack Overflow. Or, nope, never mind. Okay, so when you click on the first one from Apple Developer Forums, just scroll slightly down, and you'll see this correct answer in green, and just copy this code snippet. Then go over here, right-click on your info.plist file, open as source code, and then after this array tag and before this dict tag, paste in what you just copied from the Apple Developer Forums. Then run it on the simulator, and then wait. Wait, and just wait. Because this is actually going to download the images from the website, which will take quite a long time. Yeah. Not pleasant. Oh, well, that was faster than it's ever done that in my entire life. I have never seen it do that fast. Anyway, as you can see, it doesn't really show these really nicely, so all I'm going to do, go to my main.storyboard, increase the height of the cell, or actually not even that much, just around this much. First of all, make the image bigger, that's a must, and put it around there. And then, actually over here, and then just make this label much bigger. Now if we were to run, this shouldn't take too long because I'm in a room where my Wi-Fi usually works fine. Perfect. As you can see, it has downloaded the images from online, the exact ones that we wanted it to. It's put, sorry, it sometimes does this. It put the names into the labels, and that was it. I hope this answers your question, Nagoling. And so that's gonna be it. Again, subscribe to my channel if you like my content and want to see more of it. Like the video if you liked it. Comment down below if you have any questions. The source code will also be down there in the description. You can even email me at tadgyman@gmail.com if you have any questions or any app ideas, suggestions, or even a video of you asking a question, which I can feature in my next video, whether it be math, science, or even about computers. And that's going to be it. Goodbye.